Awesome. Welcome, guys, to our team call, our weekly team call. We are typically supposed to start at 11 a.m. Eastern, and our 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern in our orientation, but I got them goofed up, and I started the team call at 10. Brian's not here for the day and didn't announce his orientation, so I wasn't expecting to have anyone here, but it's kind of cool to have you guys early, and for anyone else that jumps on, it's good to have you guys here, too. But what we're going to do is, I was just mentioning to everyone here, is that if there's some things that are coming up for you, especially from those of you that are new, I know, Diane, you were like, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. I'd love to, take some questions out of you guys if you have some that I can maybe help guide you. I know let's see, I'm going to head on over to the team page because I want to make sure you guys know where some things are if you didn't, because we have a couple. Oh yeah, here 11 a.m. Eastern. Wow, isn't that hilarious? And it says it still says 7 on the outline. I don't know why it will not change it. We've been trying to get this thing to change right here where it gives the description for the last 2 weeks, and it just will not delete that 7 o'clock Eastern for some reason. We may have to start over the link, which we don't want to because the link is we have so many people on the list, and you hate to have people re-sign up, but that might have to happen. But for those of you guys that are brand new, there's one thing I want you to be aware of too, is that in this section here under files, in the section under files, I've been adding some things in here for you guys. And for those of you that are new, there's the weekly schedule here of calls that we have just as a quick reference, just different types of calls that are available to you. When you're new, I really like you guys to stay ultra focused on really getting your blog set up, your 8 core commitments, and your inner circle. With the team call, there's some prosperity team stuff that I don't want brand new people to get overwhelmed with. So we typically keep everyone away from the prosperity team site until you're probably at Inner Circle or Costa Rica. So you're getting some additional resources when you need them once your blogs are all set up. But we have the weekly schedule here. Jeremy on our team put together a really cool daily action plan to help people maintain some clarity. And then we have some banners that you guys can use that are generic banners you can add to your blog, that you can link them to your lead capture pages with Empower Network. And I've got some information here on Aweber. If you get stuck on setting up Aweber, I created a little little video training, showing you how to just set it up. And these are the autoresponders that you can add in there that come from Empower Network and from if you're using Prosperity Team. And the autoresponders, guys, are what you put into a form when someone decides to give you their email on a blog, that you keep them so you're able to start creating and capturing a list. And so what I did is I created a little video here how to add those codes in so that you have autoresponders that are coming through, so you can communicate with people as they come through. So I just want to make everyone really aware of that. This section here is, I'll be adding different updates, different little team stuff that you guys can use. And I know most recently, everyone has been using this little section here about the fan page likes. And I know a bunch of you guys. How many of you guys here used the like on Fiverr? Because it's a really good way for you guys to kind of grow some of your likes on your fan page. Did you use it, Kim?
Yeah, I used it, and I went from like 93 likes to 1,300, and they've kind of been fluctuating down to 1,000, and then I see them go back up to 1,300. So it looks like some other people yesterday were posting that they've had positive and negative fall off as well.
Yeah, well, that's one thing about when you're creating or in buying likes. Hey, I need you to mute out Kim. It's doing that again. It could be your headset. There you go. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's a headset or the volume's up too high that makes the reverb. But yeah, as far as when you're buying likes on Fiverr, and just so for those of you guys that are brand new, when you're creating a fan page, you can get likes from going to Fiverr, and Chris Gifford did a really cool video and screencast for you guys to show you how to do that. And the reason behind it is because when you have a new fan page and you only have like a 20 or 30 likes, it's a really good way for you to kind of increase your likes very quickly, which adds some credibility, just kind of helps your page gain strength. And what you'll see, and like what you noticed, Kimberly, is what I have seen as well in the past, is that when you get the likes, there's a bunch that will come on, and then people start to come off of them. So it's really not your most solid list growing, I'm sure, as you would imagine, but it's a really good way for you to kind of boost up your likes and kind of create some credibility in your page. And that's kind of why why we recommend doing it that way, especially in the beginning, because you can't have a couple. There's some things you cannot do if you don't have your likes at over 200, and so you want to just make sure you show some credibility there. But let's see. Okay, is there any questions that are coming from anyone here that's brand new that's come up for you? Because it's not always likely that we can get live questions handled. But I'm going to do that today because of kind of the goof up a little bit with the times. And let me see if does anyone have any questions that they want to get answered right now that's coming up for you guys. No, not at all, huh? Come on out, Diane.
When does the ENV2 come out? Because it's been a while since I've done a blog. I'm kind of struggling with the WordPress a little bit, and I busted out my book to help me, but I don't want to put too much effort into it if the format's going to change.
Yeah, well, ENV2 is probably, it's looking like less than 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, right now we're at the 17th, and I mean, it's obviously they're not giving exact dates because or times, because they're just working on it. Was anyone on last night's Empower Hour? It was so early in the morning for us, and we were. I'm starting to get a cold, so I went to bed early. Was anyone on the Empower Hour that want to kind of share? Did they share anything about ENV2? I know it was Tracy Walker, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was on for about the first 55 minutes, but I didn't hear him really talk about the ENV2 at all.
Yeah, what was her main topic last night, Diane?
It was, oh geez, kind of spaced out after a short night of sleep. She talked a lot about kind of just being who you are, getting it set up, how if you were doing a brick and mortar business, how you wouldn't be able to just do it for a day, open the doors and expect everything to run smooth. You got to get your cash register in line, your stock, everything all together before you can open. And brick and mortar takes 6 months. Why would you expect it to go a whole heck of a lot faster while you're doing it online? You want to be ready when you announce it to the world. And
yeah, right on. That's a great message. And it's funny because I was talking with some people last night while we're here in San Sebastian, Spain. I love how the world works. We're here in San Sebastian, and this couple that we met very first day we were in Hawaii 5 years ago when we started this trip. We're from Germany. We met them. They came to see us in Panama. We just went and saw them in Germany, and they're here now in San Sebastian. It's so amazing how small the world becomes. But I was speaking with this gentleman, Axel. He's from Germany, and he's a doctor. And he was talking to me about setting up some things online. He's a ears, nose, and throat doctor, but then he also does cosmetic like Botox and things such as that. And he was asking me questions about how to set his business up online. And he's like, oh, can I get this, can I get some stuff set up right away and get a fan page and, maybe start sharing some of my expertise and things that I've learned. I said, well, yeah, of course you can do that. And although you really want to, have some content prepared, you want to have, let's say, some blog posts, if you're going to create a blog so you can become a resource. And he was like, what? He didn't understand the concept. And then I started to think a little deeper, that just like what Tracy said, that you were saying, Diane, is, when we do get started in any type of business, I got started, I was looking in a brick and mortar business. So I was looking into starting, and I started realizing the amount of time that it was going to take. And yeah, I would say minimum 6 months to get something set up. And then when I actually decided that I was going to go into the online world, I immediately had that first impulse that this was going to happen overnight. I have a website. I'm just going to throw some marketing at it and people are going to get started. Well, certainly that can happen, but it is, okay, yeah. But certainly, it took a lot more time. For me, it was the first 3 months, and I was actually running like a Ferrari on ice. I wasn't taking really tactical steps every day. I was just trying to rush through it. And after 3 months, wondering why things weren't working, I actually took a step back and really took a look at what I was doing. And the moment I gave time and I started to blog and I was very conscious about it and I was really communicating with purpose and really researching good areas to do marketing in. Sure enough, what happened 30 days later, I had a $37,000 month, and it was very powerful. Now, at that time, it was a high ticket business, so one sale was worth like $12,000. So 3 sales was massive. But what I did, what can happen in any business, and what I see here, just probably like Tracy's mentioning, is many people get in and there's so much in front of them that they want to do it all, and then they want to have instant results. Now, can results begin to happen very quickly? Certainly. In fact, I know that this week we've got a number of our teammates that are generating sales, but they have been blogging, they have been putting videos up. They've now learned an area of marketing that they're becoming very consistent in. And I've talked to several of them. In fact, I don't know if it's Gina or if it is Jeremy on the line that's asking questions. Is that you, Gina, or is that Jeremy? Just so I know. And what we notice is that when they begin to just really kind of lay the foundation after several months, now when you just focus on one area and marketing, you begin to create marketing, your business begins to change and things begin to, you start seeing people actually watching what you're doing. Because in reality, when we are physically kind of running around like crazy doing things, oddly enough, people that are watching us probably see the same thing. And then it's crazy on the internet. I find that when I am really focused, I'm on point, I'm blogging daily, I'm doing my videos, people are watching my consistency and my communication is better, that they feel that settlement. They understand where I'm going. And that's why people begin to join you. It's when you're all over with turmoil is when people are wondering what happens. And that same thing can happen on the internet. Is we need to really take a step back and really focus on what it is we're getting done every day and do the income producing activities every single day. And so I wanted to share with everyone, actually, before I do this, I'm going to, Jeremy, I saw that you had a question. A question about ads. You keep the same ad up and just create. Okay, so we can get to that in a moment. But yeah, certainly we were at the call. Jeremy was showing at 11, and I started at 10, forgetting that this was Brian's orientation time and that he's not here today. And he didn't have his orientation settled. So I started the call up and everyone started to join. So I'm like, okay, let's just start the call early. So, but it's all good. We're just going to roll with it. But I can get to some of those questions after we go through this. Cool. Yep. All right, cool. So what I want to do is I want to share with everyone, let's see, where's the slides at? Let's see. I've shared that with this and a number of people, especially in my branding workshop. There's a really good method to help you guys stay really, really focused every day. And it's what I call my marketing wheel. And I want to share it with you guys again, because a lot of people have gotten a lot of benefit from this, and it can help, especially new people, really get their mind in the right place. So you guys are following along every day with certain daily activities. And the reason why I call it the wheels, because it kind of helps me just check things off a list. I just go in a little bit of a circle with what I need to do each day. And for everyone that is Costa Rica level below, really should be focusing on right now is building your following through blogging, building your following through video, and building your following through consistency. Okay. And you're going to be building a list. Even if one person follows your post and comes to your Empower Network blog, they fill their email out. They're filling their email out because they actually want to see what you've got going on. They want to know what's happening. And so even that one person deserves to receive communication from you. Now, as it's set up now, we all have autoresponders that are given to you by Empower Network. that you can just add directly into your autoresponder system like Aweber, and they will automatically get an email from them. Of course, you want to make sure you're editing them and making sure that they're on your personal, they have your personal links involved in them. But you will want to have those set up so that when people do become part of your list while you're still building and learning, they're getting communication. So this is what I typically do, guys. This is how the wheel works for me. Is I created a hub, and my center hub is always a video. Okay, so I always do a video every day, pretty much every day. My Unstoppable Family blog is a little bit different because I don't. It's a newsletter blog. Our marketing list gets every single day a different email once or twice a day. So what we do is we really focus on video because I feel that video is really the wave of our connection on this internet world. So people can really understand and know and like and trust us and understand who we are. So I use video. And there's probably a reason why a lot of you guys got started with us and even with whoever you started with is because you saw something about them that you liked. And you followed them because you saw who they were. And so video is very important. So I always use that as my hub. And with my hub, I create a video, and then what I always do is I upload it to my blog. And there's ways that you guys can upload it to your blog by using the embedded code and just putting it into your blog, and there's your video shows up. And once I do my video blog, then I write a little bit about it. Like for instance, today I am doing a video about us leaving here and the rain and happening. We did a video yesterday about the rain. It destroyed our umbrella. So I'm doing a blog post about that. It's just going to be a video with little information on my blog, but I'm posting every day. And the reason why we post every day, guys, and we're told every day to post is because it's real estate on the internet. Okay. It is every time you make a blog post, that is your real estate on the internet. So does blogging help grow your business? Absolutely. Is it a place where instantly you're going to attract people? Maybe not necessarily, but what it's doing, it's keeping you in a habit. And I actually posted this just recently, right before we came to the call today, on my personal fan page about habit, because motivation is what gets us going. Habit is what keeps us going. And in fact, I addressed it to this, our Team Unstoppable motto, because that's really the whole point of blogging and why we blog is because we're motivated to get it going. But then this habit keeps us going every day within our blog. And our when we're blogging daily, if someone does come to our blog, then they see that you're consistent. They see you have something to say. See, what happens is I notice not a lot of new people will come to Empower and they'll start blogging and then they just stop. They only do it every once in a while, maybe once a week. And the reason why we say blog daily is because it gets you in a good habit of getting your mind in a space that today I have something to do. I have purpose today. And in the beginning, just a slight bit of purpose, guys, is you getting a glimpse of something that you can share with someone. And when you continue to focus on that every single day, you're going to do a video every day and you're going to do a quick blog post. It doesn't have to be a long blog post. It'd be a quick one, especially once EMV2 does launch. It will make it so much easier because we'll be able to instantly do a video on our phone and it'll go to our blog. And that to me is amazing because I take time, I have to upload it, just crazy, resize it, do all kinds of different stuff. You don't have to do that. But why we blog daily is so we can have that, not only that real estate on the internet, but then when someone does get to your blog, they see you have history. See, people follow people that are going somewhere, that have a certain level of background and history that shows that they are consistent and they can be successful. And it doesn't mean that you've been successful in this business yet. It means that you are proving and you're doing what I like to use. I use these 4 steps that top leaders do. This is from my business plan yesterday. I'll go through. I want to share this with you guys too. Is what it does is it shows that you're cultivating the expectation of leadership every single day. And when people see that you are showing your leadership, like, for instance, Jeremy's on the line. He's an incredible leader in our team. He's one of our masters all-ins, and he just helps the team. He does amazing different things to help other people, but he's consistent. That's why people are starting to follow, because when they see your consistency, they then want to know what you do. But if you're very random and you're unsure and you're inconsistent, people can actually see that because they can watch you on Facebook, they can watch you on YouTube, or they can watch your blog and they know. And little do we know, more people are watching us than we actually know. And I find this really interesting, guys, because is that people will watch you more than you can imagine. And it's funny, being part of this industry for such a long time, I've always been very consistent. And I notice there's times when we're inconsistent, we've got different things going on, or there's changes happening that people notice. And you don't know that they notice until they maybe tell you a year later, or a month later, saying, oh, I was watching you. And yeah, I saw you switched over. I'm like, you were watching me? I had no idea. But what happens is people, even your friends and your family, you get started in this business, right? And, a lot of people want to be naysayers. They want to, definitely think and make you feel like this is not going to work, because they are so afraid to ever do something that is freeing. And that's something that I notice. You'll have a lot of naysayers because they don't want to believe something works, because they're afraid they're not going to be willing to do something that you're willing to do. So what they do is they watch you. And you might get started in the beginning and you're really excited and you do a couple blog posts, do a couple videos, and then you lag off and you do one a week. And now it comes once a month. And then they ask you, how's your business going? And immediately you feel insecure because your business isn't really going, because you're not allowing it to go. But now you're embarrassed because they're asking you questions about it. And maybe, just maybe, they are truly interested. And then you're insecure because you're not really fulfilling on what you said you were going to do. Or maybe they're testing you. And then you respond in a way, well, I'm just kind of getting it going. I'm not really sure. So you immediately lose all credibility in your initial excitement. And guys, this is one deteriorating moment for so many new marketers that come into this industry. This industry is amazing. It's powerful and it works, and people change their lives here. But what I do see, I see more people tagging their toe in the water than really going for their dreams than ever before. And it's interesting. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who actually, I thought she was a great friend, although she thought she was going to really use her insecurities to put me down, right? Talking about our industry and asking me, so what are the success rates? She says to me, and I said, well, success rates are pretty much like any entrepreneurial endeavor. Mostly most brick and mortars are about anywhere from 10 to 20%, and usually it's on the lower side. I said, for our industry, we're about a 20% success rate. She's like, oh, that's really low. And I said, well, let me just ask you this. You are in commercial real estate. How many people in commercial real estate are ultra successful? 80%, 50% even. How about even 20%? How many people that get into commercial real estate are a 20% success rate? And she really didn't have anything to say. And the reason behind it is because people want to judge and they want to question you to see how you're going to react. Now, of course, I've been in this industry for 8.5 years, and you can tell me anything, and you're never going to sway me. And she really thought she could sway me, or at least try to feel what and put me down in a way. And what happened is that she realized that was just a really dumb statement, really dumb. And what you'll find, guys, and I want all of you to be aware of this, is that you're going to get this no matter what in anything that you do, because by the mere fact that you chose into network marketing and something that is totally untraditional, that will be mainstream very, very soon with Empower, what they're doing. It's going to be really fun to tell our friends, haha, look what we are, look what I'm part of, which that's just my funniness. But what happens is, they'll always attempt to go after your dreams. And the fact that you guys already said, I want to be part of something totally non-traditional, you're going to get that forever. That means that's just who you are. That's your nature, is to do something bigger and different. And so what I want to encourage everyone to do is, if you guys have been here for a day or a week end or a month or 2 months or 3 months, is to take a look and just say, okay, let's go back and let's reset some guidelines. Okay. And these are the guidelines that I like to set with everyone. I go through this for all of you guys. I go through this actually in a business plan with all of our Costa Ricas and above. Everyone, they get 90 minutes with me, personal time. And I go through, hold on, guys. I'm so excited to get back to the beach of peace and quiet. We're in this city and it is like crazy. This has been a great learning lesson though, because the Unstoppable family knows what we like, and it's nice weather and beaches. But anyways, okay, so this is what I go through, guys, with all of my brand new people, and that are doing business plans, and the reason behind why I do a business plan with just those that are at the Costa Rica level and above is because of your mindset. If you're at the $25 level, that's fine. You're at a blog, you're learning a blog. Then you tap into inner circle. Well, the inner circle really changes the way you think. It allows you to start seeing things in a different way. And you start looking at circumstances and situations in your life in a totally different way because your mind begins to change. So then once you are committed to inner circle and you get your mind moving, then you're investing yourself a bit more in the Costa Rica intensive. And that's the reason why we really wait. And a lot of it has to do with just, you've got to have a little bit more understanding of the process of the business, and your mind needs to be prepared to start talking about how to earn money, how to do marketing, right? And in the beginning, that's why we tell you we don't want anyone paying for marketing until you're at the 15K formula level, because it's all how the math works out. But in the beginning, you have to become very, very consistent and create. Motivation's going to get you started, but habits and goals are going to keep you going. And so these are 4 areas that every one of you should be consistent with every single day. You should master it and be consistent every single day in these areas. Number 1, of course, is personal development, right? That's what Inner Circle is so powerful for. Inner Circle is a powerful program, and they cover all the aspects of mindset, and you're learning from the top industry earners, right, in Empower Network. But these are also friends of mine that are top industry earners across the board, right? They've done amazing things in their businesses, and it's powerful when you can hear from the mind of a business owner that has been successful for many, many years, and they know what it takes. I can truly rattle off the top things that I do every single day that I don't even think about anymore, that most people would think that's so much more than they can ever imagine, right? Doing. But what happens, guys, is that habit that you get into. So your personal development really helps you create a habit in your mindset, right? And the more we do every day, the more we're going to continue to do the next day. It's just like a workout program. It takes 21 days, to get yourself into a habit. I was a athletic trainer, and it takes about 3 weeks. And if you stop, I've caught myself many times. You stop and you got to start back over again, and it stinks starting back over again. So your personal development is one of your most vital aspects of your day, whether it be reading a book, listening to Inner Circle, or any of your personal development programs. We listen to audiobooks every single day. I turn on Super Brain, the book called Super Brain, every day. That book has changed my thinking, literally my thinking. It's by Deepak Chopra, and I forget who the other guy is, but it's powerful. And they really talk about the way your subconscious and your conscious brain and your mind reacts, and how just by sharpening your brain, by doing different things each day, will allow you to be more aware and to achieve more than you really ever can achieve. And they break your brain chemicals down. I mean, literally break it down as to maybe why there's certain areas of your day or your life that are in this state. And I tap into that every day. So Super Brain's great. So now let's go into the DMO. The DMO is the daily method of operation. This is when I bring up that wheel, because your DMO, guys, every day should really include your whole aspect. It's your daily method of operation. What am I going to do right now? Part-time working, let's say you're part-time in this business. You need to make sure that you're doing some kind of personal development and blogging and video and sending out to your list, and then communicating on Facebook. If that's all that you do, literally you can do this business in 2 hours, especially if you're not really learning any marketing yet and you're just blogging and just getting yourself going. You really should and can do this business within a couple hours. And those that are learning new marketing skills, of course, it's going to get a little bit more tedious in the beginning, right? There's just more there because you're learning more. But then once you get the hang of it, and I'm actually going to have Jeremy come out because he's got a couple questions about marketing. I'll see if I can help him. But now they're learning a new skill. They are now not really having a hard time figuring out the blogging and the technical side, but now they're just figuring out the marketing side. So it's like a switch. You go from the learning piece of the blogging and the video and the technical AWeber to now you're really feel that your efforts are going somewhere because it's going towards marketing. It's going towards learning your business. But when you set a DMO up every day, you know it needs to get done every day. And of course, we work on meditation and exercise and then listening to training calls. And this is really my full day. This is us working full time. We work our business about probably 4 hours. And of course, I've got other things that I do with other people, and I've got my all-in team that I give more focus to. But guys, if you can really set your DMO every day, you will allow your brain to really just settle in and to get really confident as to what you have to do each day. And then you don't feel overwhelmed. I don't remember where I saw it, but someone posted it up that overwhelm is really just a state that you allow yourself to be in. Overwhelm really isn't real. It's just you not organizing your thoughts. So if you're not setting every day a daily method of operation of what needs to get done, you're going to feel overwhelmed, right? You will feel completely overwhelmed because you don't have a map. You don't have a map of what to do today. So I recommend everyone that feels overwhelmed is to just write it out. And I love Jeremy did this right away when he got started, and I love how he did it, and he shared it with the team, and he helped a lot of people, I think, that were feeling overwhelmed. So when you get just really organized of what is important for me each day, all that other stuff, if you're at, just under the Costa Rica level, don't go into Prosperity Team yet then until you are confident with blogging and videoing. And you can do that without thinking. Then you start adding additional things on because you're going to need to be in the training calls. But your overwhelm should really you should never be overwhelmed because it's all a state of your mind without being organized. So setting a DMO is the most effective piece that you can do as a business owner, no matter who you are, and even more so as an online business owner. Because I tell you what, man, the more confident and organized you are and you got your stuff together, people see that. It's like every, clockwork, boom, here comes that email from them. Oh, here's that morning post. Here's that evening post. Here's another video of the day. You are doing things that inspire more people that they've never done themselves. This is why people follow an Empower Network. That's why they love it. And they love watching you because you are learning and doing things that no one has ever done. And when they start to see, like, wow, why is, Diane all of a sudden doing a video and she's talking about some really important things in life and she's got this blog, people deserve to share themselves and they want it because they want to know why you've got the confidence to do it. And guys, that to me is why I love this whole platform. It's about you being you, sharing you, and then having the tools to how to push it out to the world. That's what Empower Network really is. So then number 3, and this is all links together, is masterminding with leaders. Every day, being part of the team calls, being part of the training calls last night, the Empower Hour call, which I have to listen to the recording of, is and being at the events and just really being part of the leadership conversation. When you'll find when you're an all-in, the all-in group is a whole different conversation level. Like they talk about crazy stuff like ads and switching them up and how much click-through rates, right? But that's really not ready for the conversation yet. But what happens is when you're ready for those conversations, you will be added to them and your mind will be ready. So that's why we always mastermind with leaders, even though they're maybe not at the same level we are. Be part of the conversation. That's why I want to bring Jeremy out because he's got some really higher level stuff to talk about, but it's going to help you guys be part of this conversation. Okay. And then the 4th is cultivating the expectation of leadership in yourself and in every person that you work with or that you are even come into contact with. Because leadership is not about being big and bold, right, and standing on top of a mountain. Leaders can lead very quietly. It's about you being the example as that leader. So for me, to my best leadership roles is not necessarily about me telling you guys what to do or showing you what to do. It's me doing it and you being able to see it and follow along, right? Because I can teach all day, but that's really not leadership. If I'm not doing the things that I teach, then I'm not a leader. Same goes for you. That's why when we have a business plan, we get very connected to everyone understanding what is it that you want people to see you as, right? Meaning when someone gets started with you and they buy the blogging platform, and then they come to an orientation with Brian, and they come to our team call, and then they buy Costa Rica and they're ready to upgrade, but you actually haven't. It's really difficult to expect people and others to do something that you're not willing to do. So what happens is we see a stalled leg in businesses, right? I see this like an octopus, right? Here's the hub and the big team's in the middle, the head of the octopus, and then the legs go out. And then all of a sudden, why does certain legs shrivel up? Well, a lot of times it really doesn't usually have anything to do with the money. And I know money is a factor, but sometimes it just has to do with the consistency, the belief, and the person. And then why businesses aren't growing is because they're people that are watching them, they're not being consistent. They're not seeing them being consistent, and they're not seeing them loving what they're doing. So sure enough, who the heck is going to get started with you? But when you're always in forward motion and things are always rolling and the ball is really rolling, now we've got something, right? Now people start to see your activity. They start to really see what you're doing. And then what then happens? They either click around on your website or they say, what is it that's going on with you? You're so excited. You're so happy. In fact, my cousin, Julie, is part of Empower Network. She's at the $500 Costa Rica, and she's ready to go all in very soon. And she has been very, very consistent because she wants to prove to people that she can do this. She's one of those people that have been told she can't. And she said, I'm unable to go all in right now. I'm working towards it. She was working with this person to help get her funding together. But all along, she's done a video every day. She posts every day. And what's starting to happen? She got a girl started just by blogging and posting videos. She's not doing anything else. And now she's got other people that are looking at her business. She's now got family members going, wow, Julie, I'm so inspired by you because you're doing these, you're just really speaking your mind. You're sharing things I've never heard. And guys, this is when inspiration takes over. And this is why with the way I market and the way I teach is, long-term customers, know, like, and trust, building that within people. And that's why we have customers for life. I've got customers, people I've worked with for years and years and years that are always still around. And it's because we maintain our consistency and they follow us where we go. And that's what I see for you. I want you guys to be able to create that, especially as a new person. You can create that image for yourself. You can create that. You can literally come in and be that just very consistent and start blogging and sharing inspirational things with part of you. And people will begin to start asking questions and wonder what you're up to. And then you learn a little bit more and you add another product and you get really consistent. And then you start learning some marketing and boom, things really start to happen because now you got more eyeballs on your stuff. This business is about eyeballs, right? We call it eyeball acquisition. The more eyeballs that see our stuff, the more likelihood we have of someone actually buying our stuff. But I always look at it with two sides. I hold one hand is my, the information that I'm sharing. And of course, the other side is that I may receive money by the fact that I'm sharing. Well, this is the good part about it when you think about it. When you are clearly sharing something that you can teach someone, inspire someone, and help them reach for a goal that they want, then you deserve to earn from that, right? It's called currency. That's why money is called currency. It's like a current. It's flow back and forth. So why should you expect to get paid if you haven't given any currency? And your currency is your value, your videos, your sharing, taking something out of your mind that you just didn't even know you had, sharing your story, inspiring people, learning something online and talking about it. What I'm going to share with you guys in a moment after when we start talking about some marketing is I'm going to show you guys how to really start using video to market yourself to add more value. Okay, give more value. Because if you're all doing the personal development key, right, you're all doing that one, then you should have some value in your mind that you can share. And you're going to get that through books, through audios, through different things. I'm going to show you guys how some ways that I have generated massive, massive incomes and traffic by this one free marketing technique. So, I know you guys are probably like, "Wow, Rhonda's like, I'm just rolled for like 50 minutes." And it's funny because I'm kind of I'm a little mallow today, which mallow is like feeling a little low. It's raining horribly. I've got a massive head cold, and and so I'm in my like mellow mode. You're getting my rhythmic mode today. Hope you guys are okay with it. But okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Are you anything that could just came out of that? You guys, if anyone want to jump on here, feel free. If anything resonated with you, and then I want to have Jeremy. I want to answer your questions. I want to start doing some marketing. And does anything resonate with you guys? You want to come out here and share? You can either unmute yourself or just put your hand up if you're muted. Did that help you guys? That makes sense? Some of you guys that are new, especially.
Hey, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to share, talking about being consistent. It's just recently that I've got into doing my blog daily and a video daily. And I actually had two people who I don't know over the weekend at a music festival come up to me and say, "Hey, I've been reading your website, watching your videos." So yeah, that's just proves to me, what you're saying about just being consistent and how people are watching you all the time, with what you're doing.
Wow, no
I felt,
kidding.
so at least I thought, well, actually people are starting to be attracted to what I'm doing. And yeah, I mean, there were two strangers. They just came up to me at a music festival and said, I came across your website. I had posted it on one of my our music page, and they said they've been watching and keeping up with me. And so I thought that was quite cool,
Wow. See, that's the proof in the pudding right there. And when people, that's what happens. They hawk you. And I know it happens because I see it on our website all the time. I can see, people that are coming back and forth, and it's when people are watching. And sometimes, guys, on your blogs and your videos, you're wondering why you're not getting any comments or likes. It's because a lot of people are just watching. And what happens is they watch you for a long time, especially if you're into a new endeavor, right? They want to watch you. They want to see what you're doing. They want to wonder what's going on. And then the moment you fall off, they're like, okay, I'm done with them. But when you maintain your consistency, sure enough, they're like, I've been watching you. And you never know, right? There could be 50, 100 more people watching that you have no clue. And they're not giving you comments or not saying anything. They're just watching. And that's, guys, why we say when it comes to marketing here, all the stuff that you're doing in videoing and blogging and sharing content is creating that long trickle of that paper trail of people watching you. And then that's also why then building your list, having that opt-in section where people can fill their email out, and you communicating through email is even more vitally important, because that's more people watching you. And then once they get into your list, now you've got to communicate. Now you can touch them. Right now you've got a way that you can communicate with them, whether it's through the Empower Network emails or you begin your own, which I don't recommend you doing any of your own until you're really hitting 15K formula or masters, unless you know how to do it. Because if not, it becomes overwhelming and too much to do. But man, once someone's in your list, now you've got them. Now they're an audience. And that's how it works, guys. That's how it begins to build. And that's how our consistency really will help. Okay, awesome, Star. Anyone else resonate with them or have any questions specifically about what I was just sharing? And those of you guys that are joining us, it's good to have you guys here. I'm a total nerd. Brian does the 10 a.m. Orientations, and he wasn't here today. He's surfing at Mundaka, so I'm sure he's got some big waves. So he didn't schedule it. And my mind naturally started the call. And so I said, okay, cool. We'll work kind of through some orientation stuff, early stuff that could be good for everyone. And then I'll tap in and switch it up for some questions from you guys and some marketing stuff. Anyone have anything they want to jump out here with that may have resonated with you or come up with you being new? Okay, here. Yeah, Annette, you're muted. There you go. Hey there, Annette. Come on out.
Yeah. Yes, I particularly loved what you said about overwhelm because I'm kind of going through that with this and with my passion test business, and I think that we are so quickly overwhelmed, but if you just stop and take it just a little bit at a time, it will all work out. And I particularly liked that piece. I appreciate your saying that.
Well, it's so true. Yeah, I mean, it's like we allow overwhelm to get in our way, but then then when we take on a lot of stuff, sometimes it's what we naturally do to ourselves, right? We're like, what do I do first? But just organize it, and then once you organize it, then it all shifts out anyways. Anything we start in the beginning feels overwhelming because it's new. Anything. So the more we kind of get used to it not being new, just know that time will push it away. So I figured the longer you just do a little bit each day, it'll start getting easier and you'll begin to figure it all out. So yeah, good stuff. And that anything specific that came out of the passion test that you can share with us? Because man, I know how amazing it is. Like, are there any like one little nugget you brought home?
Um, yes, actually, there is. There's intent, intention, attention, no tension. And if you write those three words down, what it is that when you set your intent on something that you want, and then you give it attention, just baby steps. Baby steps are all you need. And then you release it to the universe because you're doing the baby steps and you release, you put no tension on that. Don't expect it to come a certain way. It will come as long as you're giving it attention and intention. And I think that that's a very good piece for everyone. Don't put tension on yourself about this. Just don't stress over it. It's going to come as long as you're taking those baby steps. It's going to come.
Yeah, right on. So it was intent, attention, and release.
Yes, intention, attention, and no tension.
Oh, no
That's right.
tension. Okay, right. No tension. Got it. All right, nice. I like that. Yeah. I always love that. I love those guys, but I love when someone does and goes and, takes a workshop and they come home with a super nugget. But you're right. Put the intention. It's going to work. Give it some attention, right? You could give it the attention it needs and then just don't create any tension with it because it's all going to work out. I like it. Awesome. All right, cool. Okay, so anyone else want to jump out of here, guys, and add to that little conversation? I'm gonna welcome the rest of the team that's arriving now. Going, why is everyone started so long? But it's all good. Hey, Jeremy, do you want to come out of here, buddy? Why don't we let me handle your question? I know you had some really great stuff that happened for you this week too, buddy. And I wanted to kind of use you as an example and have you come out with everyone because it's really neat, you guys. Oh gosh, everyone's rolling in. Yay. Good, good, good. I'm super happy that you guys are here. But it's really amazing. Okay, so this week, Jeremy got a new sale, Regina got a new sale, Keith Marrero got a new sale, Keith Palmatier. Let's see, who else? Am I missing anybody? I think there was a couple others as well. I'm just like, wow, it's so awesome. Oh, Bruce. Bruce didn't even know he got someone started. They were in his back office. He had no idea he had two. So it's super fun. So come on out here, Jeremy. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Rhonda.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you? I'm sad to hear you're sick.
Well, I'm not really sick. It's just this weather is so crappy. So I think I'm
Yeah.
getting major allergies, something going on. I mean, so yeah, I have to go and find some ginger tea. That's what I've been looking for. And around here, there's a lot of coffee shops, so I know I can find some good tea.
Environmental allergies, just a a note, but if you find local raw honey, will
Yeah.
inoculate you to environmental allergens.
Oh, see,
It's 5 o'clock.
little did everyone know, Jeremy is like he's our everything. He'll send me messages. Hey, just make sure you do that pressure point on your hand. That'll take. I'm like, he's so amazing. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Now we're turning Jeremy in from like the holistic healer to the life healer, the marketing healer.
That's not a bad branding
Yeah,
marketing.
exactly. All right, so what's up,
Can I
buddy?
just say, by the way, Rhonda, even though you're in your mellow mood, I was working on my blog and I was totally listening to your conversation in the background. It was almost like an empower hour. And for everybody on this call, mark my words, this woman, this family will be hosting an empower hour before you know it. Granted, it's really early in the morning for them, but there was so much stuff you were just dropping, like little bombs here and there that were profound. So I've been in the business a little bit longer than some of the people on this call, and I've listened to a lot of Empower Hours, and you just got an Empower Hour uh, handed
Right
right
on.
at you. And so Rhonda will be hosting some in the future, I guarantee it,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
you got a freebie.
I
So
love you, buddy. You're the best. Um, so what's up? And by the way, welcome to everyone that just joined us at 5 o'clock or at the 5 o'clock. That's funny. It's my 5 o'clock. Your guys is 11. I goofed up a little bit and started us early at 10 because that's the orientation time. Brian wasn't here, and I just was automatically thinking it was starting. And so we did a little pre-call. So the beginning of the call was great. Thank you for that compliment. But the beginning of the call, you guys, it is being recorded. So we'll bring it back for you, those of you guys that missed that half. But we're just going to keep on moving on because you guys are all here. But Jeremy did have something. I know, Jeremy, you had a question you wanted to ask. And I really want to talk a lot about marketing today with some of you guys and share some techniques and get some questions handled for you. Yeah, Jeremy, so what was your question? Did you want me to
yeah,
read it? Yeah.
no, I'll tell you about it real quick.
Hmm.
So I mean, I've created about 7, 10 different ads, and um, some of them have had awesome success, and some of them haven't, and that's just part of the learning curve. You just gotta kind of work that. My question, and I'll go back and watch the Jabril trainings and the
Yeah.
Justin trainings, without a doubt. But my question was, as you start to see your click-through rate drop down, which is inevitable as your pool starts to see the ad more and more, and Jabril was really uh, I don't know how to say it. He was really adamant about once you start to get a certain frequency,
Frequency. Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
pause the ad or stop the ad or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so my question was, once you start to get up there and it starts to almost look like your ad has saturated, do you simply take that same story and find new keywords and recycle, or do you really start to try to change up the story? And, I know we're constantly blogging. Like I said, I was working on a blog just 10 minutes ago, posting and stuff. So it's not that I'm short on content to put out there or stories to put out there, but I noticed your story, one of your most successful stories, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty much a solid staple story.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of curious as to, do I just stop that story for a while, give it a little rest, go back, pick out some new keywords, throw that out there again in a new ad, recycle, or do I just kind of come up with a new story, a new way of connecting with people? And I know
Yeah.
I need to do kind of a combination of all that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
done.
this
You
is
just answer.
no, no. I'm really glad that you're asking it though, because and everyone that's here, this is what's so fun. I was just sharing for those that just joined is Jeremy, of course, is all in, and he's starting to see success, and he's starting to have people get started, and he's starting on that all in Facebook program we have, where everyone that goes all in is part of that marketing training. They learn the exact things that we do in Facebook, and they implement them. And there's I don't know how many hours, like 6.5 hours worth of that marketing training that you step by step what to do, and then you guys get to use our sales funnels along with your own. So lots happen. So this is obviously a higher level conversation, but you guys all deserve to hear it because you're all going to be there. Yeah, really great, Jeremy. Okay, your story, you will have, of course, as you would imagine, you're going to have that foundational story that you use. Um, for instance, right now, since you've been running this, if your frequency is higher, what's your frequency at? Is it above 3, 4?
No, oh, I'm sorry. It's only like 1.3.
Okay, so you're still not that high yet, but if it's slowing
Oh,
down,
okay.
then those keywords that you've been using, targeting, they are tired of it, right? If you're not seeing activity, right? And this is how we always look at it. Because we follow our stories a lot. And what happens is that if that story is slowing down and you're not seeing as much activity, or lead generation, the lead cost is going up, then you stop that altogether and then you rewrite a new story. Jeremy, we really focus on getting a new story every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll jam it like, crazy, if for like 3, 4 weeks, if it's really running well, but we have to watch our frequency, and we have to watch, of course, there's hater stuff. You have to make sure you delete and ban them
Yeah.
right away. But you will want to switch up your story. You're always going to use the hub, right? That main crux of what you talk about. But then, of course, there can be other topics. Like, for instance, we've talked a lot about travel recently. I think we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're writing a new story for you guys, the all-in people, for us. You guys are getting a new story of ours as well, so you can rechange it. But you really don't reuse it. You don't return it on again because those are the same keywords unless you change the keywords. Okay, so unless you're going after a different audience, so you can do one of two things: rewrite a story with the same keywords, right, or brand new keywords with, you can still reuse that story, but you have to do it with brand new keywords, or those people are gonna be faded out. Those 5,000 people have seen it too many times.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. And then you were asking about the wheel. Yeah, the marketing wheel, guys. Yeah, I have this. I thought I uploaded it to the All In group as an image, but I may have not. So I will upload it to the team. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. I'm going to upload it to the team because I was sharing with everyone, those of you guys that are just joining us for the previous hour. I really went through just the importance of the marketing wheel, just to check off your list every day. It's like I wake up and I either, now it's funny because we're a day ahead or 9 hours ahead. I do my video the day before. I pop it up on my blog. I do a blog post. I send it to my list, and then I send it out to Facebook and Twitter. And so it's like, that's every day. That's all you do. And then when that's what you're checking off, you just keep focused every single day. So I'll add the marketing wheel up in the team so you guys can have it and use it, so you can remember it as well. Yeah, so thanks for that. That's a good idea. All right. So, okay. So how's everyone doing here, guys? How's Bernie doing? It's good to have Bernie here. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going really good. How's it going with you guys?
Excellent.
Yeah. Share me some excellence. What's excellent?
Well, excellent is I'm quitting my job, selling my business that I have.
Rock and roll. What?
Yes. My doggy daycare business. I have a business partner that is just kind of draining, and so I've decided to sell it, and that will be done in 2 weeks' time. And then who knows what happens from there. I'm just hoping to focus on this Empower Network stuff and more dog training.
Right on, Bernie. Gosh, that's awesome. Way to get
I'm
out of
really
that
excited.
bad space,
Yes.
right? Well, good. I want to see some consistent blogging and video postings of you and keeping things moving. Have you thought about creating a video series for your dog training?
Yes, that's kind of the plan.
Okay.
So I'm just busy ending this other business
Yeah.
stuff, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time I can
Really
just
get down
really
and
focus
focus.
on it.
Awesome. Yay. Congratulations, Bernie. Yay, that's huge. Gosh, guys, that's huge.
Thank you.
Huge, huge, huge. Give Bernie a big old rock and roll success, because that's so fabulous. It's like when you see someone totally empowering themselves and taking control and getting out of the mess and being bound in, it's like, wow, freeing. You know how many people are inspired by that? Yeah, Josie's like, yay, our story sounds similar. Fantastic. Way to go, Bert. I love it. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I love hearing that. Keep rocking, buddy. What's
Thank
happening,
you. I will.
Bob? How are you, bud? Bob, he's not hearing me. It's so funny. I usually get to hear his wild and crazy boys everywhere, and I love hearing them. They're so great. Hi, Clover. How are you?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
I'm good. I was searching for the unmute button.
You were muted.
I'm good. You know what? I have started creating my list this week, and so I'm super excited. Up until now, I've kind of been throwing it out there without firm direction or confidence, I suppose. And I did my story post this week to the gentle encouragement of Gemma.
Right on.
Told me I need to do it. And I did, and I got like 9 new unique signups for my, in my lead capture page, just to be on my list, because up until now I've had 0 list. So it's given me direction to be able to do my daily emails and have a list and have people that are interested.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. That's a huge win.
It is. I'm really, really pumped about it.
Right on. Now let me ask you this, Clover, because this is an important time now, because once you're at list building and you have one person, you got a list. So once you're there, do you have your autoresponders set up, or are you doing custom autoresponders?
So what I've got is both right now. So I went through and set up I've got the Aweber. I went through and set up the, I guess, 3 different ones so I can test it. I've got the Prosperity Team Pizza Guy set up. I've got the Prosperity Team kind of generic all set up with my list. And then I've got my own Wix kind of generic autoresponder, and that's where I got the additions to the list. So I'm actually doing my own unique. I'm doing 1 a day, although yesterday I did 2, 1 in the morning and then 1 to promote the Empower Hour call yesterday afternoon. And so I've written a couple of them myself from scratch, and then what I'm doing is kind of stealing tidbits from some of the freebies with the Prosperity preloaded autoresponders,
Yep.
making it a little bit more mine, but using some of the bullets and terms that have been successful.
Excellent. Good. And now let me ask you, when you talked about using Pizza Boy, are you using a lead capture from Prosperity?
I am. I haven't actually used it yet. I just have it all set up.
Okay.
I know that a lot of the Prosperity people and Mike Hobbs and everyone is kind of saying Pizza Boy is the big slayer right now.
Yeah.
So I've got it set up to use. And I've actually been trying to decide where best to launch that funnel out into the world to kind of capture. So
Yeah. Well,
I've been thinking about maybe doing a solo ad or something with it to try and see how it generates a list.
yeah, I would absolutely only use Pizza Boy for generic marketing, cold marketing,
Right.
right? Because you just don't want to taint anything that you've got going on in your blog. And, you're such a good storyteller and you're writing. People are starting to really watch and like it. And we don't want to taint it there. So,
No, that's a good point. I
yeah,
kind of have it set up, but I figured it would be more just like a generic out of the world, like a solo ad or kind of some
right.
random thing, and then I'm more writing my own emails.
Yeah, I
And I have
agree.
one person that said she's going to sign up today, so I'm hoping.
Now, rock and roll with you. Check this out, you guys. This is amazing. Do you see? We've had so many people make their very first sale this week. It's so exciting. I love it. Wow. This is great. Make sure you're posting it up too. And remember, so this is those strategy, guys, of how things go. And I love when things happen and you guys are popping up and great stuff's happening. Is when someone new gets started, all you guys do is we always give them a really quick ring just to welcome them, tell them to go through their 8 core commitments, make sure they've done that, and invite them to the team call or invite them actually to the Facebook group. And when you add them to the Facebook group, and I'll show you how to do that, some people were asking, is you guys can do it for them, and I approve you guys. So watch, this is what we do. You guys, this is so fun, and our team is so close and connected, which makes it, oh, that's hilarious. Someone stole our Apple team. Isn't that funny? I have to yeah, if this someone took, there we go. That's us. That's so funny. Okay, they didn't really steal
And
it.
they're people with guns, no less.
I know, right? Whatever. Okay, all you do, guys, you have any person you want to add here. In fact, I have to find out who this girl is because I have to see if you guys added her. She might be someone from one of our, she's a request. So I have to ask. She might be someone on our team. I have to find out. So what we do is I want you guys to, you just come here to the very top right. You add them in. And the only way to add them in is if they're part of your Facebook. They have to be a friend of yours, or you can use their invite by email. Add them in here, and then you can tell me that you have a new person to add them, okay? Because I have to approve them. Like Mike, Regina's husband just got added in, and like Natalie's new. So these are all people that just got added. And so you'll just want to let me know. Just send me a quick message. Hey, Rhonda, add them in or approve them, or tell Brian, and we'll approve them, and then we'll welcome them, because everyone deserves a great welcome, right? We've got an amazing team, And when they get started, you want to make sure they're welcomed properly. Because one thing I will find, guys, is we welcome someone in once they get into our team. Our team is amazing. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys do so much more work together than I've ever seen. And it's because one person's one day more than you, and you guys can help each other. And that's what's awesome. So, once someone gets in this team group, they're gonna understand. They're gonna get what we do, and they're gonna get the type of coaching and the help that they get from this team. And then Brian, of course, will make the announcement that there's an orientation on Tuesdays or Fridays, and we'll get them there. And then the process continues to roll from there. So congratulations, Clover. That's awesome. Yeah. So if there's a solo ad that you find, you know what? I think is someone hearing my voice replaying? I keep hearing myself.
Maybe it reverberated.
It might
Maybe you're
reverb.
reverberating.
Yeah, reverberated. Yeah, so what I do have a traffic source that I have used for a long, long time, and I've been wanting to really make sure that these numbers are going to work before I share them with you guys. But he does a lot of solos and a lot of internet traffic, so we're going to take a look and see if we're going to use him and launch him out to you guys. So we're going to have a traffic source for the team, because Prosperity has theirs, but they're not. You're not able to use it unless you're at 15K formula, and they're already sold out right now. But they're working. It's working. I know. I know Keith has been having a lot of good successes coming forward as it rolls forward. But if you find anything, Clover, like a good solo ad, share it with the team.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. All right, cool. All right, guys. Let's see. Clover, go ahead and mute yourself out. It might be your reverb. If you could do that. Yay. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Anyone else want to jump on out here? Josie. Hey, Josie, I want to chat with you. So Josie said you've got a parallel story with Bernie, and you've been taking some action, getting some stuff out there. How's it going? I know you felt like you were overwhelmed, but what's happening for you now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this was not something I was familiar with, online marketing, so just a little bit of a steep learning curve for me, but I've been putting in the hours. Last 2-3 weeks, I've been really just absorbing as much information as I can, and I've been posting 2 or 3 times a day. And Bernie's story is similar to mine in that I don't have a partner I'm dealing with. I just have a business that I've had for about 8 years, and I could do it in my sleep. It's been really a good supporter for me, but it's time to move on, and so I'm looking to sell some equipment and be able to use that sale to go all in with it. So I'm in the middle of arranging that process right now.
Way to go. Awesome. Well, isn't it so, and I know we overuse the word empowering, but it really is when you're like, I don't need you.
Yeah, exactly.
I really
I just
don't
didn't
need
know
you.
what the next step was.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Well, this is cool because, what you'll see, and it's what I like, and of course, I don't like to promise anything, but what we're seeing is, and again, guys, there's a reason why we do the way we do this. The reason why once you are at all in, you get all this access to this higher level training, the lead capture pages, the funnels, our story rights. You get the licensing rights to our story, and you get to learn how we market. There's a reason, and of course, it's because this Empower Network, the way the system's set up, it is a math problem, and we have that math problem figured out. And we know that once you're all in, we know you guys are going to move forward. You're going to be successful. And at minimum, you're going to make your money back. That's really the way I look at it. So we lay things out in a way that everyone, let's say basic to inner circle, right? That personal development side is necessary. Then Costa Rica, you're in a solid spot because you're really getting the knowledge and the understanding of this industry. Below Costa Rica, you're blogging, you're videoing, you're sharing, you're just getting your foundation set. You're creating your real estate online. So as you're creating real estate online, it does take a little longer, but people then start to see it. They start to notice, they start to ask questions. then boom, you get a sale. So then they might upgrade, because the way our numbers are working right now. In fact, I was going to share those with you guys because we just did our numbers again, and they're pretty amazing of what's happening in this just the last 2 months. And your numbers will be our team numbers, because the way we run our system is then, at Costa Rica, then you're not paying for marketing yet, because it's the math problem that doesn't work out as much. If you're paying $500 for marketing and it takes you, 200-300 to make 3 sales, it's not going to make marketing sense, right? But if you're at 15K formulas, when we introduce you more to knowledge of marketing, that's when you can start paying for marketing, because the numbers will work and the profitability works. And then when it goes to all in, we know that those that are all in are going to stay, and they're going to make this happen. And so then now that's when we really roll out the game plan, and there's a lot more ready to come. We just did our first phase, which was Facebook marketing, our sales funnels. And when we roll into our next phase, which is going to be YouTube, and I'm going to be teaching, your video training, lots going to happen. So now you're going to be pulling from a lot of different areas, and we do it that way for a reason. So Josie, it's good that I see you, you're just getting yourself in process, but you're still doing the blogging. You're still getting yourself set, because that real estate's going to matter when you launch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've been getting, a bit of attention. I haven't made a sale with it yet, but I try to keep mine fun and insert some interviews and some different little things that, about different cultures, especially Southern culture. And, that seems to make it fun and not so, quote unquote, scammy to people. And that seems to be, getting a bit of a response. So I like that.
Yeah, well, this is one thing to remember is, certainly, again, just like the power hour last night, Tracy was talking about, nothing starts overnight. But what happens is, when you're revealing just your true authenticity, and anyone that's at 15K Formula, you guys get to join my workshop, and I really teach really deeply how to start sharing your vulnerability and how to start really sharing your story, because it really isn't about selling at all. It's really about sharing us, our story, what we're inspired by, our mission, lessons that we've learned. And then once you do that, especially in the beginning, because you don't want to sell, you don't want anyone to think you're selling them anything. You want them to just be inspired by you. And when they're inspired by you, they follow you. And as they follow you, then we do this, which I call the 3-to-1. When you do 3 soft shares, you get the rights to get 1 big sell. And that maybe you do 1 video or 1 post that says, you know what, you've been watching me, and I have started. Let's say, for instance, you, Josie, you go, I was able to sell this partnership and start working and living for myself, to have freedoms, to do this, and this is what I'm using. And if you want to see it, go to click here. So you earn that right, because you've been setting them up with your inspiration, the things that you're doing, what's your mission in life, what's happening, and then all of a sudden you throw the bomb on them, like, look, I kicked my partner to the curb. And they're like, what? How'd she do that? Why? How? Right? Because that's why that consistency, guys, that setup is perfect, especially when you're just vlogging. Because when you tell people, okay, now I'm going for it, they're like, what the heck did she do? And then boom, there's the questions. And this is when they start asking the questions, and you start sharing what you did. So keep that going, right? Keep that sharing inspiration stuff going. Put them on your blog. Just don't sell anything for a while. In the beginning, we don't want to sell. We want to create followers. And the more followers we get, the more people on our list, then the more people that want to join us. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, good, Josie. I'm happy for you, girl. Super pumped.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. So anyone else? We got a bunch of you guys is joining us. This is really, really good. So what I'm going to do then for the last, this last half, or as far as I can go, is I want to share with you guys a couple things that I have done in the past that have literally created this is zero. I've not paid any dime for this marketing, not 1 penny, but it has given me, I mean, I can't count the numbers, but it's pretty high end, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I've generated just by using these techniques alone. And if you guys have not watched yet my training video about video, your training about video, I want to give it to you. I want to show it to you first, and then I'll show it to you after. I did a training video about how to set up your videos properly. So they have a hook, a body, and a close. I teach this in my workshop, but you guys all deserve to hear it because it's open public stuff. It's stuff that I did on Marketing Mondays. And I want you guys to watch it because it will help you organize your thoughts for your video. And it'll also help you remind yourself about what you learned from me a long time ago that you may have forgotten. But it's the best training that I've ever done in regards to helping people get their video really crystal clear. So this is what I'm going to share with you guys. When I started running my business, I did not have a lot of additional income to market. All right. I spent $24,900 on my business, which is way more than you guys spend. 5,000 in Power Networks. Like, wow, amazing, right? I spent $5,000. I have a big business with lots of training, so you get lots of value. Well, I bought a $24,900 business that was 2 events and a personal development product, and I was reselling that. So there was a lot more people I had to talk to, right? I had to talk to every one of them, literally every person. And so the Empower Network has changed everything. But what I did when I started is I realized, of course, the value of video. I was, in pharmaceutical sales, so I knew that every time I got in front of a doctor, my market share would increase. I just knew that. It was, systematic, right? Every time I got in front of one of my clients and he saw my eyes, he saw my excitement, he saw who I was, my income increased, my goal numbers increased. And so when I got to network marketing, I was freaked out because I'm like, how are they going to know who I am? They don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They're seeing a link and they're not buying from my energy. People buy from me. They like me. Well, what I found a way to do that. It was pretty much right after YouTube had kind of launched. It was still getting started. Not much going on there quite yet, but a lot of videos were happening. So what I started to do, I started to do video. And I did video and I did video. I have like 10 YouTube channels of just video, right? I have Swan Lifestyle, Swan TV, I have Unstoppable Family, I have Unstoppable Branding, I have Swans TV. I mean, I have so many channels. And not that you need channels. I'm not saying that that's why you need them. I'm saying it because every topic and idea I had, I would just do a different channel. And what I started to see is people were doing reviews on products, reviews on stuff. And I got really clever. And of course, we followed Tim Ferriss. And so I started to do book reviews and I started to do people reviews. I started to watch a video and review that video. I started anything possible I could do that I could use that person's name as a keyword by saying their name, using their content, and then I could have the reason to post it on their fan page, on their blog, and in groups that I found, in forums that I found about that person, that book, or that idea. So I'll use one of my favorites, and I'll show you guys. I did a couple studies, test studies, but I didn't have the images that I couldn't find the images because I had my computer redone. I did some test studies on when I posted an article or a video on a fan page, what happened. And I didn't do it today because I decided to do this training for you guys today, but I think I'll probably test it again. But this is what I did. I, of course, love Tim Ferriss. You guys know this. Most of you do. So we did a case study testimonial for Tim. Now, this is really different, and this is only 2,497 views. But these are 2,497 views of people that know me, like me, trust me, and know Tim Ferriss. This is not Justin Bieber traffic. This is real traffic that we got. It was really focused because all I did is I put this on Tim's Facebook fan page. I put this on Tim's blog and interacted with Tim because Tim already knew us because we had been on his fan page for a while before. Although regulations started, they started not allowing people to put their videos on fan pages, is these people knew us. And this created so much for us. It's ridiculous. And I need to actually start using it again. But I'm going to share it with you guys real quick so you can hear it. It's really quick, but it's not anything big. I want to see how you guys can do this really easy.
Swan from the Unstoppable family. I'm sending out a personal thank you to you, Tim Ferriss, for writing the book, The 4-Hour Work Week. We are right now in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. This is our almost second year. We're in our 24th month of traveling around the world because we read your book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and took it seriously. I had just had a little girl, and we decided to leave when she was a year and a half old to venture out into the world because we really had to realize what was important in life. Was it working every single day, 10 hours a day to put her in daycare and to take maybe a 3-hour vacation? So we took mini retirement seriously and got a portable business. We could literally live anywhere in the world, and that's what we do. We take our computers with us, and we live the 4-hour work week. Here's my husband, Brian. In fact, that's a personal message to you, Tim.
Stoked. It was your little story about the Mexican fishing village.
Yeah.
This is why we're here.
Yeah, it inspired us to truly live your passions. And with this area that we're in Puerto Escondido is a little small fishing village in Puerto Escondido, Mexico, the very south tip. And that story, I think, in the 9th chapter.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it here because all I did is just thank Tim. And the separate action that we took was I added it to Tim's fan page, just saying, hey, Tim, you're amazing, thanks. And then I shared it on his blog. Hey, Tim, you're amazing, thanks. Anywhere there was forums about the 4-hour work week, I posted it. So what I'm getting ready to do is I've been having it as my blog for a long time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this link and put it one of our lead capture pages. And so this is free, guys. This is just sharing. This is just extra legwork. In the beginning, I did the legwork. I didn't have the funding. I spent a ton, 45 grand nearly, 25 grand nearly, to get in the business. So I didn't have anything extra. It was all credit card stuff. So I had to do stuff. I was creating real estate, just like all of you are doing. You're creating your real estate on the internet while blogging, sharing, and doing video. But this is bigger, better real estate. And I got to use this video even more. I'm going to do some things with it. I just thought of it today. So then, okay, so I've done this. Then I've done, let's see if I can find them. Let's see if I can find it. I think it said this. Then I did a Eat, Pray, Love review. Now I went to Bali and I actually met the medicine man from Eat, Pray, Love. So I obviously had a little bit more of a benefit. Let me see if I can find my video. I haven't looked at this one in a while. I think it's this way. There we go. And so I did a special video, right? I saw this guy, so that's obviously quite special to see this guy. He's the real medicine man from Eat, Pray, Love. So I did this video. So that's done pretty well. And I'm going to switch all these links out, of course, to, this is a blog link. But this one, I did this. And I have 7,700 views. This is the stuff that and I didn't promote this. This was.
It's Rhonda Swan from the Unstoppable Family, and I'm filming this video today from Panama City Beach, Florida. Take a look at our pool right now. This is a Wednesday afternoon.
I just want you guys to get an idea of the simplicity of these things. They're nothing big.
But, of course, we've got the luxuries of literally living and working anywhere we are around the world. So, guys, I'm having this video for you today because I want to really talk about the choices in life you can have. 7.5 years ago, my life didn't look like this on a Wednesday afternoon. In fact, I would have been traveling at least 1 hour to and from work in the San Diego traffic. Brian was doing the same. He was an engineer. And, one day I saw myself completely hollow. And
so I just want you guys to see, these are so simple. I just use Eat, Pray, Love as a story, right? Because I like it. And this woman was the one that was corporate and she quit. So she traveled the world. So all you do is you use these topics and ideas, these authors, and you use them and put them into your own little video. And when you do that, of course, you use keywords, right, that are connected to that, which is, we use Eat, Pray, Love, corporate executive leaves her job. And then you can share them in forums, share them in different areas that other people are talking about the same thing. I got really specific, and I've done reviews for John Assaraf, Wayne Dyer. Let me see. Let's see if I can do Rhonda Swan, John Assaraf. See if I can find it. I did first one comes up, right? Well, I typed my name, so that's why. And 1,100 views. This is using Rhonda Swan personally thanks John Assaraf. Every 3, 4, 5 months, if I think about it, I take this video, I go to John Assaraf's fan page, and I post it up. It's evergreen, meaning it doesn't have any time. It's the same. His people see this though, and I wish I could find the image, but I did it like 4 or 5 months ago. Actually, a little bit longer than that. No, it was about 4 or 5 months ago. I posted on John Assaraf. I did this exact same thing, and I watched for the results. John Assaraf replied. Well, that's huge because when his people see him reply, it's huge. So I had a flood on my blog. Then I was like, okay, cool, let's do it for Deepak. I did it for Deepak. And then I had Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer replied. I mean, so all I'm doing, guys, I'm not doing anything bigger than just talking the stuff that I normally do, but I'm doing it with purpose. Okay, let me see if I can find another one here. I did Rhonda Swan, Wayne Dyer, I believe I did. Yeah. Like, guys, this stuff works, okay? And you just have to do a little extra legwork. So do you see how video can massively change what you do? And all you do, oh yeah, oh, you caught me, Jeremy, the sunglasses. I know Brian's gotten really mad at me about the sunglasses, but my eyeballs always hurt in the sun. I know, I love that you said that. Brian gets so mad at me. But it does. It's very, very true. He hates the sunglasses, but if the sun's too bright, my eyes are so light green, I can't see anything. And you'll see, like my eyes are huge and they get really small. So these guys, these are some of the best marketing I've ever done because it's on purpose, it's focused, it's targeted, and it's free. That's what I love about it. It's free. So I did here. Let's just. I want to give you guys. I want to prove to you guys that I did this because I do them for books. Start Something Matters. Here we go. Blake Mikowski. I did a video for him. Start Something That Matters by Blake Mikowski review. 384 people. Big deal. But you know what happened to my Give Unstoppable program? Ridiculous. We had like 200 people go to our Give Unstoppable program and buy our Unstoppable t-shirts so we could give them to children around the world. It was amazing. These little things that you do and just go to your favorite people. Do your favorite people. Like, you don't have to do all the top ones, right? Your favorites. Look at this one. True secret to success in any network marketing company. Do stuff that you found create success. These guys, it's real estate. And right now you guys are all just creating and buying real estate. That's what you're doing, right? You're buying real estate. And it's so easy because all you do is you're reading a book right now, right? We went through today. I showed you guys you should be going through our top 4 things where is it at? Where'd I go? The top 4 things that leaders do right here. And you're doing personal development anyways. You're reading a book or you're listening to an audio in Inner Circle, then just do a review about it. This is your content. This is what I did, guys, for the first 6 months of my business because I didn't pay for marketing at all. At all when I started 8.5 years ago. I did videos, I did reviews, I shared, I blogged. I went crazy. Created real estate. And sure enough, after those 3 months of me forcing and selling, I started to get real. And then people saw me getting real and saw my consistency, and boom, it started to work. It all comes together when we just get clear and we just take that daily method of operation, right? Which is here, personal development, Get your time in, your blog, your videos, sending to your list, communication on Facebook. Get your meditation, your exercise in, listen to a training video, boom, daily DMOs in, and now you're focused. I mean, I take my time. If I'm doing my marketing, part of this is doing a review. Or I've got a list right now that I'm going to be doing on all these new people. I'm going to use some of my old videos, and that's another classic, by the way. You guys can tell my voice is getting worse because my cold is getting, I can tell I'm getting worse. It's all good though. I love it. As long as you guys are cool, I'm going to keep rolling. You can reuse videos, reuse them. You can reuse them and post them back up. And then you write a little bit about it, like, hey, I just want to tell you, John Asseroff, I really appreciate you and your book. And I did this video for you back in Fiji, and I wanted to share it with you and your followers. Not salesy. It's just thank you. But your link gives them the sell, right? Wayne Dyer, I love Wayne Dyer. He's changed my life. When I read his book, Change Your Thoughts, change your mind, change your thoughts, change your world. I did this video for him, and I just want you guys to see it because he's changed my world. Has he changed yours? They watch my video. I get 100 people saying that he changed my life, and they see my stuff. That's the guys. You are an inspirational big being. You're doing something that no one's done. A lot of them follow these people, but they don't do what you do. And guess what? When you do it, you're their leader. You are their connection to that book, and you're that person that saw a result. That's what it's all about. I love it. Yeah, I am recording this, Horacio. Absolutely, my friend. I mean, this is some good stuff. In fact, I do have another I have all the proof. Actually, let me find it. I have all the proof for you guys in a training video I did for Marketing Mondays. I showed you guys the proof I had from John Asseroff, Wayne Dyer, because I did this like 4 or 5 months ago. And I showed the proof. I did a test in some of these and they worked. So I'll get you guys that recording as well. All right, so I'm gonna stop here because my voice is starting to fade slowly and fast, quick and slow, whatever you want to call it. Does anyone have any questions about what I just shared, or just want to jump on out and just share anything? Hand up, or just unmute yourself. Can you guys use this? I know Horacio's like, yeah, I can use this, absolutely. Any of you guys feel you can use it? Good. Josie says, yeah, absolutely. Any of you
Okay,
guys?
I'll jump.
Absolutely.
Unmute. Yeah. Come on out, buddy.
That tip right there was easily a priceless gem.
Yeah. It's a big one.
I mean, I'm almost kicking myself like, man, why did I think of that back in June?
Right? Well, it's all right. You will now, and it's gonna matter because a lot of your stuff, though, Jeremy. Now you're more present. You're out there more. It's gonna make a
Yeah,
big difference. Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, you guys, I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos, and it's for the right reason, right? Because people like it. YouTube is the second most used traffic search engine on the internet, next to Google. And there's over 800 million unique visitors a day that are using YouTube as a search engine. It's very unused. We've got about 2 more years before it kind of gets tapped, not over tapped, but just where so many people are catching on. And not as many people use this method that I do, which is high-end keywords for people, reviews, and books. They just talk. We use specific targets. And Jeremy, in my branding workshop members area, Jabril did a YouTube training about 2 years ago that was for my workshop that's in there. And he goes through some of the ways to promote these videos as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question
Yeah.
too? When you do the video, you always use one keyword per video.
Yeah.
Do you, just like on our Facebook fan page, you know how we don't really promote EN, we just promote our lives and our message. Same thing with these type of videos. You don't really ever actually sell even your link. You just link you do your thank, you do your keyword, you do whatever your 1 to 3 minute thing, and then the actual hook is the link in the comment area, like the one that you've got where it's freedompreneur.com.
Yep.
.com.
Yep.
So you're never actually selling. Is that the key to this?
Yeah, mostly no, exactly. I will at times go, hey, if you're really interested, click the link below. I will do click the link belows.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, when I'm putting them out there, I used to say it's more of my soft, my 3-to-1 soft close, where I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? If you really want to find more about this freedom that I've got, then just go ahead and click that link below. So I will always do that. Like this one, guys. You want to know how much money we've made from this? That's targeted traffic. This is not goofball, let's play around traffic. This is traffic that people want to know about law of attraction, money, and life. And it works. 20,000 people. And I just put it up on law of attraction forums, put it up in law of attraction conversations, any fan page that talks about law of attraction. Right? It works. So guys, this is like, I'm really, really excited to see you guys like take off on some of these videos, because this is stuff you guys can do now. All of you can do right now. Yeah, right now. All right, so Bob, come on out here, buddy. What's up, Bob? Did you have a question or no? Maybe he didn't. Anyone else? You guys good? Yay! You guys are awesome.
I just want to say
I'm
something
here.
really
I'm here.
quick.
Oh, there he is. Okay, Clover, then Bob. Go ahead.
I just want to say that
Okay.
I think the best thing about the things that you teach us, Rhonda, that I really like is it's all about not being desperate. It's about being who you are. And I think that does differ from some of the other leaders to some extent, but I really like that emphasis on just being who you are, attracting people who like who you are, and not being desperate, grabbing for leads, not begging people to click your page and buy your product. And I think when, especially some of us that have more financial pressure than others, you feel that desperation building inside of you. I need to do something here. And I think that it's really, really good reminder to that desperate energy is really repelling to people, and more just finding other things to focus on to keep your energy really positive is more of an attractant, and that works better. So that's a really big takeaway from me with this video series.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say my motto is when you sell, you repel. And our point right now is attracting, getting them to like you. And then when you start, hey, why don't you, it's like, gosh, get out of here. Who likes to be sold? I hate being sold by someone. You know what? I like to buy. I love to buy. I hate being sold. So if we can figure out how to get people to want to buy and not feel being sold, that's our magic equation. And what I have found, my magic equation is using the video series style, where you're like, where you're just talking, you love it, and you're like, hey, come on over, you can check it out if you like. It's cool. Like you're just like, whatever, detached. Because really, you can't make anyone do anything. You can tease them into, you can coerce them into doing it, and they're going to be pissed in the end, and they're going to quit. I don't want you guys to quit. I don't want 1 million people in my team. I want the people that want to hang out with me, and that they want to come and visit us in Spain and do a team event, and they want to see us at an event. I want people to stick around. So I'll take quality over quantity all day long, because you guys will be customers for life. And I know that. And if you guys can create that, you're golden. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, Bob, come on up, bud.
All right. Yeah, I was slow on the mute button. As far as the videos, one of the things that's held me back is editing. I don't know how to do it. Do you edit yours, or do you just record them and put them up?
Good question, Bob. I don't mostly edit. I usually don't, actually. I usually just pop them up and put them up. But these specific ones are targeted towards for purpose, right? They're not my fun ones. They're like law of attraction, money, and life. And I'm like, hi, I'm Rhonda Swan. This is what I'm talking about today. Like, I want you to know something today. And so for editing, do you have a Mac or a PC?
Mac.
Okay, I use iMovie.
Okay.
iMovie should come with your Mac, and it's simple, And it takes a little bit of time to figure it out, in the beginning, but it's simple. There's two that I'll share with you guys that are on your phone that you can use. I'm just too lazy sometimes to actually change them on my phone, so I don't even do it all the time. But you guys might want to do it. So let me show you. It's an app on my phone, and the app is where's it at? Video editor
I think there's
free.
actually,
What's that, bud?
I think there's actually an iMovie app also.
Is there? Awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so.
I have to look for that. Vid editor free. I use that one on my phone. And then there's Splice is a good app for videos. And Pixlr is a picture app for just adding, statements or whatever text on your pictures. But that's all I use, and I just use iMovie, and I don't make them fancy. Sometimes I just don't ever do it. So you see the ones that I did, and I added some images to it, and that makes it nice and cute. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. If you got good content, you're saying something that people want to hear, then you're good. Let me see. Okay. Oh, here, Jess. Sorry, Jess. You're on mute. You're muted. Come on out, Jess.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, I just had a quick question. Clover when you and Clover were talking there a little while back, you guys had talked about, lead capture pages, and I get confused because I've heard it a couple of different times. All I've ever done is directed people to my blog. Should I be directing them to a particular lead capture page based on what I like, or do I just use my blog?
Well, great. Yeah. When you are doing marketing and you're really wanting to get a result, which is someone signing up, then we typically send them to our lead capture page. Empower Network has several. I mean, you guys, there's a bunch of them that they're in. Also does Prosperity Team. If you are paying for marketing and you are sending it to a generic list, then I would say you use a lead capture page. If you're just videoing and blogging or building a list on our blog, then we keep them on our blog. Okay, because
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, because I always, I'll reiterate it again. I know a lot of you guys have heard me tell you guys this before. I call my blog my home. Okay, so what that means is that when I bring people, yes, this is a blog post I was getting ready to do. When I bring people to my home, which is my blog, there's all those banners in the side, right? All the banners are there. They can see what's going on. But when you do an inspiring post or something that you invite them to your blog, they're really neutral. They feel good and they don't feel sold. So when you say, come on over and see this video, or I wrote a blog post about this, they get here and they see all these banners and they're like, wow, what is this? Work from no home? And then I've got my, my images here. They're like, dang it. How do they afford this? Like what, these are the things, these are all these images link out to my lead capture pages. See, got Surf for Brian, Six Figure Surfer, all of these. So I use my blog like my workhorse because I let traffic come to my blog and then I let the blog work because people feel easy and neutral about clicking on stuff here opposed to if they were clicking on a link that they know is a sales page. So I really use in most of my my images, my videos, I will use and bring them here so they can read and see what I'm talking about. And then for those that I'm really on point with keywords and I'm talking about specific things, I want them to go to a lead capture page to get started, then I send them there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That helps. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And then you guys too. I want everyone to know I have created some images for you guys that you can use in your blog. I love using you go to files. I really love using my custom images for my blog. I don't like having, like even the Empower Network one, I don't like having those lead capture stuff on my current blog. I like to have my own images that link out. I don't know why it's not going to my files. Let's try and do. And so those images that I have on my blog, I have several of them for you guys that are more generic. They don't have a link or anything. They say got freedom, got this, whatever. And you guys can use those as well if you like. Heather, who's our graphic designer, she creates them for us all the time. So I'm having her create some more generic ones that you guys can use, and even use them as images on your Facebook page too. They're really fun to do. Use that. And so those are just fun ways to bring people to your blog. And then if you have, a really poignant post that you're like, find the platform or look at the blueprint that I use every day to create freedom in my family's life, go here and see it. Then you send it to a lead capture page. All right. So that, I know, because it gets tricky. Josie, yeah, what I'm going to do is I will post up the video for everything video. If you guys want to find most of my trainings are in my Unstoppable Branding account, because I run my branding workshop. Anyone that's at 15K Formula gets to join us for free. But if you guys even want to just see some of the trainings that I've done in the past for Marketing Mondays, you can go to this account. I'll show you because I want you guys to see it. Actually, let's just go here. And I have this. I have the video that I did it was really, really good, and you guys should watch it. You'll love it. Let's see. Let's do video everything. All right, we got lots of Unstoppable Branding in here. Let me just find the one for you guys who can see it. Video. See if it pulls it up. Maybe not. I'll get it for you guys. I have to just go into the account and pull it up specifically. So, but it's all about video. It's all about the components of video. So it's be really good for you guys. All right. Well, as you can tell, I'm fading, which is really odd for me. It's 6 o'clock, but I'm like, I'm stressing my voice right now. I'm starting to get that head cold take over. But anything that you guys require from me, this is your time. I want to make sure you guys feel amazing and you're moving forward all the time. You feel great. I really want to congratulate so many people that are making sales. I mean, it's so fantastic to see you guys just even getting, building your list. Things are starting to work, guys. And so remember, at Costa Rica level, we do a business plan, 15K formula. You guys are able to use the traffic sources and start marketing. And then all in, you guys get the full all in training that our all in team is doing right now that are really seeing some massive results. But just know you're doing the right things as long as you're doing them. Consistency always pays off. All right, guys, if you don't require anything more of me, I will see you later. And guys, be unstoppable today. And I will post up that new video that you guys need to see, and I'll get this one back out to you guys. You can re-listen to the first hour. This was a 2-hour call that I didn't really necessarily mean to make it, but it worked out. It was awesome. All right, you guys, you're amazing. Have a great night, everyone. Cheers.